Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Happy Monday, y'all.
Boy.
Welcome to Run It Back. This is going to be a good one. We got the full squad. We got Boogie Cousins coming live from Mongolia. God, I never want to stop saying that, Boogie, but I know.
But I want you back.
But we do want you back. Lou Will, live from Atlanta, and then Chandler P. and Michelle B. from Los Angeles,
I gotta
California.
just tell the class right here, I can't hear a thing in my. I can't hear them. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but
well,
I'm
let
just saying,
me you know what?
Just
As your
give
captain,
me a nudge.
let me get us through this, and then we'll.
I don't know what they're saying. I don't know if I'm gonna repeat
You don't
what
need to
they're
know
saying.
yet. I'll tell you if it's important.
How you doing today, Chandler? You doing all right?
Not a word.
How you guys doing?
Nothing? All right,
out.
there we go.
We'll go to Lakers. We'll get your stuff fixed, and it's all going to be great. Because here we go. Good Lord, every time it's crazy. 9-game winning streak. They're just finding ways. You got a Luke Kennard game winner against the Magic on Saturday. This is a heck of a run at this point in the season, no less, which is not usually the best part for some. And now I think, Boogie, we're going to start with you. Wow, look at that celebration. I believe this is giving them, fans, a hope that they actually might pull it all off. What do you think?
I would agree with that, and this goes to the saying "better late than never." They found their stride. This is the best version of the Lakers we've seen thus far this season, and I think that's okay. I like what I'm seeing from this group. I like the camaraderie. I like the chemistry. I'm loving the accountability from some of the role players like Aiden. Even JJ being comfortable enough, JJ Redick being comfortable enough to speak out in the media and say, yes, LeBron is our third option. I feel like everything is kind of falling in place at the right time for this team. And that's a positive for this group. It's been an up and down season for them. They've kept it afloat. They've played decent basketball, but as of this last, 9-10 game stretch, they're playing great basketball, and I'm sure the Laker fans are excited. I'm sure the organization is excited, and I'm sure the guys on the floor are excited for the version that they are right now. So, I can't complain. Luka's playing at a very, very high level, and obviously we've seen him, do different things as far as scoring and assisting at a high level, but just this consistency in this stretch, on top of that, winning at the same time, I think this is the best stretch of basketball we've seen from him in a while. So everything's clicking for them, and credit to this Lakers group.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Boogie, man. Like, timing is everything. Kind of like in baseball. You don't have to be the best team. You just got to get hot at the right time, and you got to be able to put yourself in a position to compete at a high level. The Lakers are in a great stride right now, and what better time of the season than right now for them to find their stride, for everybody to accept their roles, accept the responsibility of the things that's needed for them, for the Lakers to move forward and even give themselves a chance in a loaded Western Conference. They have some talented pieces just like any of these other top teams. Their only issue was chemistry. Are they going to get it right? Are they going to play defense? Is everybody going to accept their roles moving forward? And they've been able to check all of the boxes going into this postseason in the next few weeks. So you got to love what the Lakers are doing. You got to show them some respect. And look, we were talking about their scheduling coming up. So far, so good. They've handled everything above and beyond the expectation level than we thought. They started that trip off with back-to-back games in Houston, being able to junk up the game and find something in how they guarded Kevin Durant. And then they were able to do it a secondary night, and then you go out in Orlando, and shout out to JJ Redick. JJ Redick drew up some bombs at the end of that game. 2 or 3 straight plays that he drew up and put them in a position to score the basketball to win a game. Big kudos to JJ Redick. But they go out in Orlando and they get another big win. So this is a team that's rolling right now. Their confidence got to be sky high. And if I'm the Lakers, I feel like I can compete with anybody if I'm going to continue to play this way.
Chandler, I got to ask you, because this is obviously, you could not ask for better timing to sort of have everybody gel and sort of relax in their roles, and JJ Redick even talking about LeBron's in that sort of Olympic-style third option situation, which apparently is working out just fine. At this point in the season, and we always, and in all sports, I think we talk about the hot team going in is usually going to have the heck of an advantage. How important is it that this is where they are in mid to late March?
Yeah, it's huge. And like the guys just said, I think everyone now is understanding their roles. Everything is clear. And as poor as they were playing defensively earlier, now it's, at least I'm seeing the effort. I'm seeing the commitment to that side of the floor. You've seen their defensive numbers have gotten drastically better in this last stretch here. So they've always been offensively, dangerous, and the heater that Luka's on right now. I haven't seen something like this in a really long time. And yes, LeBron James, I still think he has another gear too. He's got some nights where he can still go and be that guy and be that number 1 or 2 option. But it seems like he is okay with where he is right now. And listen, at his age, for him to be averaging 21 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds, if that's my third option on a team, offensively you have a really, really, really good team. So now they're putting it all together. I love that Lou touched on that out-of-bounds play for the game winner for Kennard. That was such a beautiful, great play, and it kind of just confused Orlando where they, one guy switched, the next guy didn't switch, and that was an unreal play call.
More impressed
there.
with the play before that one, Chandler. The one that we had to slip out for LeBron for a layup. I was impressed with that one.
Really good out of timeout play calls there. But again, when your offense is rolling like this too, it's contagious. And now they're starting to see the effort on the defensive end. They're going to be a really dangerous team come playoff time because they can outscore you. Now, if they get stops, now they're a complete team. Now they're really good.
Like, I'm not telling people what to do with $1, but I'd put $1 on what's down there, like the West. I put $1 on that, and I can't believe I just said that out loud. God, that hurts my heart.
That's growth, Beadle. That's growth. I love that.
That's, you know what? It's called being a professional, Lou, and that's what I am. First player in NBA history to score 30 or more points in 9 games straight. And every single one of those was a dub.
Wow.
Is this team basically, Boogie, going as far as Luka takes them?
Well, that's obvious. I think, that was a given at the beginning of the season. They put Luka in the driver's seat of this Lakers team and Lakers organization, and I think that's totally fine. This is their long-term star moving forward. So absolutely. He's playing at a very, very high level, like I mentioned earlier. Actually, this is dominant basketball. This is a form of dominance that you don't really see from a guard. Like, usually when you say dominant, that comes along with, a big man. But for me, this is a dominant version of a guard. So, playing at this type of level, at this time of year, this is a very dangerous group. And obviously you want your star confidence very, very high going into the playoffs. And I think that's where he's at right now. So, him putting up these type of numbers, this is going to be a tough team to beat.
It's crazy, too, because when I watch him play, sometimes I'm like, wow, that's a bad shot. It's a forced shot. But then you look at it, and he's still efficient. He's still somewhere around 50% from the field. He's still somewhere around 40% from 3. So when he's taking these tough shots, imagine when the game even comes slower to him or they surround him with even more shooting. I love the addition of Luke Kennard, but I feel like if they had that in the beginning of this season, this would have been the more consistent version of this team that we've been seeing all year long instead of just this small sample size. So we always knocked on their holes defensively and the lack of shooting. They did add a little bit of that at the deadline, and now they're giving more effort on the defensive team. They're becoming that complete team that we thought we'd see in the beginning of the year. But this dude right here, the efficiency in which he's playing at is
I can't argue it.
It's nuts because the shots he's taking are so low percent shots, but he's got just this crazy talent. You can't speed him up. He's bigger than any guard you're going to put on him, and he's faster than any big you're going to put on him. So there's no just remedy to stop him. Let's do some numbers. I love me some stats, Lou. So here we go. In this 9-game winning streak, he's averaging 40. 8.4 rebounds, 7 assists. He's had scoring performances of 60, 51, 44, and 40 during that stretch. And it's weird how many times we've said Wilt Chamberlain already this season, but he now joins him as only players to score over 40 points a game over a 9-game win streak. For him specifically, we can get into overall players this season and what they've done, but for Luka specifically, is this the best stretch he's had in his career?
I'm going to happily say yes. And thank God I'm not affected by it this time because, some of these stats, he's burned me a few times on game winners and playing at such a high level and putting us in a position. The first time that I've ever lost a game by 50 points was a Luka-led team. And so I'm glad that I'm just sitting here talking about it and I'm not sitting at home stressed out about it. But, yeah, absolutely, man. This is one of the best stretches we've seen from Luka and from anybody in the NBA. Just the way that he's been able to lead this team and carry them in such an important part of the season, and so many different distractions and conversations going on around the Lakers, to be able to kind of bud all of that out, take all of that out of the conversation and go out and play the best basketball you can play and put the team on your back and have Austin Reeves and have LeBron James as anchors to be able to carry you and help you get to where you're going. amazing stretch for him to be able to average 40. What is this, 48 and 7.5 right now? 40. It's incredible. You know, we got to revisit this first team all NBA conversation that's forever changing for us every single week that we have it. He's got to be in that conversation, especially with what Cade Cunningham is going through. You know, obviously we'll talk about you know, the effects of his technical fouls and what that can possibly do to him. But he's in this conversation. He's playing at a clip just as good as anybody that you can point at who's been consistent this season. But it's absolutely necessary for what the Lakers are trying to do and what they're trying to build going into the postseason. So you got to get this man a lot of credit. He deserves to be in every conversation being had for any award out there.
I couldn't agree more, Lou. Definitely should be talked about as a top candidate for MVP this season. Obviously, you know, a month ago we speak on NBA first team and NBA second team. Well, that's the great thing about this sport. It literally changes by the day. So as of lately, yes, I will put Luka as a first team All NBA guy, just based off this stretch of basketball, the drastic improvement with the team. And on top of that, they're winning games on a consistent basis. So in a very, very tough Western Conference. So obviously the conversation continues to change. And when you look at the landscape of the league, some of the guys that were playing at a very, very high level at one point may not be playing at such a high level now. So the conversation will continue to change. But as of right now, talking about Luka, he deserves all the credit. He's, I would say, the best player in the NBA as of right now in this stretch of basketball. And, you know, all the credit and all the flowers to him in this point of the season. So, yeah, for me, this is the best stretch of basketball I've seen from Luka.
It's crazy, too, because before this stretch right here, we were talking about Cade Cunningham or Jaylen Brown or Wemby.
Sure.
I don't even think we mentioned Luka in that same breath as MVP-type players.
We really didn't.
It's because the Lakers were kind of this mediocre team. They were such an up-and-down roller coaster of a season. And now when you factor in this stretch of these last, 10, 11 games, it's unbelievable. And I don't want to be dramatic here, but I think he bumps up to the top 2, top 3 MVP candidates. You have to.
Just like
when you
that.
now have this surprise effect of the team. Like, if we're surprised that the Celtics are doing what they're doing, I think we're more surprised that the Lakers at the end of the day are the 3 seed right now in the Western Conference, a top-heavy, loaded conference with way better teams and way more talent than the Eastern Conference. And the Lakers, everything they've been through this season, are in the 3 seed. And it has everything to do with this stretch that he's on right now. And again, we just talked about this is the best individual stretch we've seen all season long. It's the best stretch of basketball that we've seen from any player this season. How can we not put him in that conversation with MVP right now with what he's doing and leading this team to a home court advantage in the Western Conference? Again, it could change next week.
It could change tonight. Who knows?
It could change tonight. That's
know.
how much talent there is. That's how many good players there are in this league that could deserve the MVP. But right now, I have no problem with Luka winning it.
What?
It's crazy.
Okay, Boogie, you making him an MVP today? Like, that's what a change.
I mean, if it ended today, for me, it's either Shea or Luka. Like, if it ended today, and if either one won, I would be comfortable sleep. I would sleep comfortable at night. I mean, like I said, this stretch of basketball, he's definitely in consideration for being the lead guy or second to lead guy, and I'm comfortable.
It'd be weird to not put him up.
I wonder how many voters have sort of committed already mentally this, because that is part of this, right? Like, if you've already mentally been like, this is my MVP, this is who I'm going to vote for, you now have to sort of go back and reprogram your brain based on everything you're watching for the next couple weeks, because it's a little nuts. It's coming on strong.
The problem being
again.
the other guys in this conversation, they're still playing at a high level too.
Exactly.
Except Cade. Cade was my one guy.
With Cade being out.
Cade was my guy early on as well.
Yeah.
But things change.
But the other guys are still just as consistent as Luka, but he deserves to be in this conversation. So it's going to come down to the voters. They're going to have a tough job of trying to sort through who's consistent, who's hot, who's impacting their team, all of those things that we put in, the different variables that we put into the conversation of what's relevant when it comes to this MVP conversation. But Luka is dead in the middle of it. Whether you like it or love it, he's dead in the middle of that conversation. And you got to respect it because the winning is coming with it. The numbers are there. Everything is there. He's checking every single box. So it's going to be tough on these voters when it comes down to it.
I'm not telling you what to do with $1, but I would probably put like $1 on that just in
You're putting
case.
$1. You're putting $1 on a lot of things today.
Just saying, like, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, but
You're all over the Lakers today, and I like it.
Do you know how much it hurt? It's like my stomach hurts right now. I gotta go. All right, there's one man. There's only one man that can stop Luka. His name is Luka, and he's sort of his own worst enemy at times, and we've discussed that a million times. But here we go. He got his 16th technical against the Magic on Saturday after telling Magic center GOGA BITADZE, "Don't talk about my family. I'll effing kill you." He did speak about this after this one. Take a listen.
He said it free throw. He will my whole family, and at some point, you know, it's his basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand. I gotta stand up for myself.
Okay, hold on. GOGA has responded, by the way. He didn't think he said what Luka said during the presser, and Luka started it by talking trash in Serbian. Smart. And regardless, if Luka's willing to say this in a presser, do we think? Look, things about his family were probably said, right, guys? Like, isn't that what you go to in a situation like this?
The guy said he doesn't think he said anything. That's not.
That's a weird response.
You don't think? Like,
yeah. I'm confused about all the passive aggressiveness because, Go says, I don't think I said that.
I don't think.
And Luka, if somebody says something about my family, we're going to get some contact on the spot. Now, we might not fight and do all of that, but you're going to smell my cologne. It ain't just going to be no words. Like, you're going to smell my cologne. I'm going to be up on you if it's that deep. And especially if we talking in two different languages.
I love that.
Man, this is above my pay grade to try to sort through who's talking trash and who said what if we're talking in different languages. But, I wasn't there. I'm a fly on the wall. I'm getting the information like everybody else. But it's a lot to sort through with this
well,
little
I'll
mix.
go out on a limb. I'll go out on a limb. You speaking of my family is smoke. That's probably
But there's been something lost in translation, though. Maybe he didn't say exactly.
But I will say, I've had teammates that weren't speaking English that were definitely talking trash in another language.
They should.
So maybe he could have
Well, how would you know? How would you know such, Chandler?
We need translators. That's what's needs. That's the NBA.
It happens for sure. If I spoke another language, and again, to the referees, you can do it as well because they don't really know what you're saying either.
Absolutely.
So you can
Why
kind of
wouldn't
call them whatever you want because they have no idea what you're saying. So it's like a free shot to say whatever you want to the referee. This situation, I don't know exactly what was said. Again, like Lou just said, we just have to take their words for it, I guess, at this point. But there are certain things that are off the table.
Why?
Like if you're not going to talk about someone's wife or kids in the middle of a game, I think
Can
that's
I
where you
ask a
cross the
question?
line. You can call me soft, call me a B, a P, overpay, whatever. I
do
don't
all
care.
that to you.
That's fine.
No, you
That's
can't.
trash talking. I'm just saying that.
No,
I
you
would
can't.
say that to you, but I wouldn't cross the line and talk about your wife, your kids, your family, something like that. That's why I
But is
think
that
it's.
not a go-to?
Some of them B's and P's, them gonna get you the same reaction.
Bees seem to bother men.
I'd rather that than
call
calling
me.
I'd rather that than someone call my mom a B, or you know what I mean? Like that's, or my
Okay.
child.
I don't
Or
understand
something that's very
that, though.
public and close to me right now, what he's going through.
He's going through some
in
stuff.
the media. It's not GOGA's place to talk about that, is all I'm saying. Call whatever you want, man to man say, but like bringing that and all the drama going on in the family right now, I think that's a little off.
It has nothing to do with basketball. Tell me I suck. Tell me I'm not good. Tell me I'm horrible on defense. Bringing my family into a sport environment has nothing to do with anything. And that goes for players, coaches, media members, because I've had my own run-in with media guys thinking they can speak on family and say what they want. No, you're going to get checked however I decide to check you. And that's how it goes.
So there are rules to trash talking.
There's no rules, but if you cross the line, then there's going to be maybe consequences.
It's a level of respect for everybody. It's just a certain level of respect in competition. Trash talk is cool, but like Boogie just said, my family shouldn't even be a part of this conversation. Nobody outside of Luka should be part of this conversation. If we're going to talk trash, we talking trash about me and you. And if you decide to go out of bounds, we going to take it there. So I'm agreeing.
And I'll say this, I don't think Luka would just make this up. Like, you know,
Well, I
mean,
mean,
I don't,
hold on a second.
I mean,
he is sort of campaigning for the league because they know they're going to appeal it, yada, yada, which we're about to get into. So I'm telling you, I think there was something lost in translation because it doesn't even make sense that as an insult. Like that literally doesn't, maybe he said something bad, but not that. That's weird to me.
And I gotta say, again, I don't know what was said, but for that to be his response, kind of to walk up and say something and then walk off, I don't know. I don't know. But everybody deals with situations completely different. But I don't know.
Man, I would be bad at this because it's the first thing I'd go for, the jugular. It's like the family and anything I know about you in the news. Like that, isn't that crazy? Because in the real world, that's what you do.
You'd probably get whooped out, Beadle, if
Oh, I
you was out
100%
there.
would. That's why I would never make it
Also, in the
jail.
real world, you would never talk to someone like that. That's 7 foot
Have
tall.
you been on the internet? Of course you do. You talk to people like that
No,
every
I
day.
mean face to face,
But
not
they
Twitter
do it on the
trolls.
internet because they say face to face.
I mean,
If you
on the
say
street,
that
like
to
in a
man-
bar, no one's saying that to an NBA player.
Oh, no.
You think someone's going up to Marcus Cousins, calling him soft and he sucks at basketball to his face? Yeah, right. No chance.
God, you know what, though? That would be a fun show.
I wish they would.
I wish they would. I wish they would.
And then let alone talk about like his mother or his children or his wife. Yeah, there's
I'm
just certain
actually
things
okay
that are
with that
offline.
part. You can tell me I suck at basketball. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. You can call me soft. You can say I'm whatever. Like I said, you cross that line, you start calling me out of my name. Hey, you don't have a right to tell me how to react. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, there's just boundaries.
So, I mean, it's good to know. I would not have
And
known
you
that.
would fight dirty, I could tell.
Of course I would. I'm going to cut you with my word. That's my only weapon are my words. The result of this, however, was the fact that he did pick up a 16th tee, which, you know, the whole deal is that you miss a game, which would have been tonight against the Pistons, kind of a good one. But they appealed, the league rescinded. Did they get this right, Chandler? It's also because it's Luka, which makes this topic very interesting.
Listen, I hate the fact that he's even in this situation, right? Like he's got to be better with controlling his attitude. He's got to be with his behavior towards the referees. And again, this is something that's become a habit. This has become such a thing with him where and half the time he's wrong, complaining to the referee and just chirping at them every single possession. It is a tired act, and I know for a fact that referees are getting exhausted at this type of behavior every single night, especially a guy that has his
Their job.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And he has the ball in his hands the majority of the game, so
100%.
it's going to happen often and often. So I hate the fact that he's in this situation. Now, if they would have suspended him and he would have missed the game tonight, this is a huge game for them. Again, it's just a normal game, but again, this is against the best team in the East, the hottest team in the NBA. Like, I would have hated to see this game without Luka. But this is a good reality check that he's got to be better. He's got to be more mature in these situations because we just said it. This team goes as far as Luka goes, and to put himself in this situation to where he can't be available for his team, that's not good.
Can we just, there are 11 games left. He is going to get a 16th. He will be suspended at least one game by the end of the season. I think that's a fact, no?
Needs to be calculated.
Is that not science?
Don't do it the night before the Pistons.
Here's the thing, by the way, guys. Like I said, it's because it's Luka, but this particular technical foul is also on something that I don't know that merits it. I mean, it's between two players on the court. He wasn't going after a ref, anything like that. But he also has had 3 other seasons where he's gotten to that 15 technical point, and he did have one of these bad boys rescinded a season before. Like, at some point, you can't rescind, right? Like, what's the point of having this rule if you're just going to take it back? It's like parenting. You're not really meaning what you say.
I don't like. My issue isn't with Luka. My issue is more so with how the league picks and chooses, or decides who they want to cater to and who they don't. And for me, I think back on my career and some of the technicals I've gotten. I can recall getting a tech for literally clapping.
Ooh.
And I went to the
how'd you
league. I
clap?
complained. It doesn't matter. I didn't disrespect the referee. Nothing came out of my mouth disrespectful. But the fact that I'm clapping and the referee doesn't like it warrants me a technical foul. So I go to the league and I'm like, I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't say anything wrong, and I don't get my tech rescinded. So for me, like, you look at the quote and you hear him, threaten to take a person's life in the middle of a game. So you look at it and it's like, in this case, it's like, oh, he may be warranted for a technical foul. But the league can look at this situation, the timing of the season, everything they're considering, and they'll rescind the tech. So for me, it's the inconsistency with the league. It's, catering to certain guys. If this is Draymond Green, it's not getting rescinded. So that's more so my issue with this. Like, if you're willing to look at this as a case-by-case scenario, I think that should be across the board for every player. And that's my only issue with it. It's a lot of inconsistencies as far as, what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And
Luka, Luka, I'm going to ask you about Luka. Boogie, you are sort of our technical expert here on the panel. And so I want to, because you got suspended 3 times. I think one year you had 17 technicals. I have 2 questions. Number one.
A lot of bread, Boogie.
I know, it's a lot. I have 2 questions. One, were any of them ever rescinded? Did you appeal? Number 2.
I've had some rescinded.
You've had some.
Had some.
Okay, but
Yeah.
then if you had 15 going into a game, were you hyper aware that you're sort of on thin ice, or did that not cross your mind?
For me, when I'm in the moment, the last thing I'm thinking about is, you know what I'm saying? I might get suspended. In the moment, I'm focused on the task at hand. And this is an emotional game. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of adversity within the game. It's moments where you're extremely happy and sometimes where you're extremely frustrated. That's what sports are. So for me, the frustrating part is, you know, they look at us as this product on the floor, and at no point in the game are we supposed to be able to show emotions. But at the same time, a ref can be emotional and act off his emotions towards a player, resulting in a technical foul or an ejection. They may not like you. It could be something from 10 games ago. It could be, you know, the referee meeting before the game. We're not giving. To me, it's the same thing, but it's different results as far as who it goes to and who it's not. So, like I said, it's a lot of inconsistencies within how they decide what's a tech, what's not, what should be rescinded, what shouldn't. And that's my whole issue with it. It shouldn't be based on who the person is. It should be exactly what it is. It should be a case-by-case scenario. This happened, this didn't happen. What was the reaction for? What was it not for? So, like I said, that's my issue with the whole thing. It's a lot of inconsistencies as far as how they decide what they want to do.
I feel like Boogie is pro-robot refs.
I guess I just don't know what goes into getting it rescinded. Is there an actual investigation where, like, they just believe that this was worthy of him saying it back and acting like that, responding to go, like what goes into that? And like,
a quick
did
watching
GOGAs
of stuff.
get responded because they didn't believe what he said was true? Like, do
they have translators that come in and say, this is what happened?
How do you determine this?
I don't know, but they did it in what, an hour after the game?
You
Like,
pick a side within an hour after and be like, you know what, Luka, he can't miss a game.
It's kind of shady, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
I would imagine that some of it is reputation, though. Yeah.
Some of it's what?
I would imagine some of it has to be reputation, how they decide how they sort through some of this stuff. You know, like we're asking Boogie, but you know, all three of us, we got kids, right? And you know, two of them can do the same thing, and we might give one of them a little bit more leniency than the other one because we know his reputation. We know what our kids are into. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to the NBA, I would imagine that sometimes it comes down to reputation, this and that, but I don't know. I never flirted that much. I didn't really have a lot of issues and energy for technical fouls and all that. I didn't make the money that Boogie and Chandler made, so I couldn't flirt with it. I couldn't get them folks my $2,500 when I got mad. So,
what's interesting?
When we speak on reputation, is Luka not in that category?
But his reputation in Boogie is with the referees, not other players.
Issue. Now all of a sudden, we hear the quote, "I will kill you." But it's like, nah, it's okay this time. We're going to rescind this.
I just don't get why you're getting teased for player stuff. Like,
usually, Boogie, his beef is with the referees, not other players. I think that's the only,
they
gray
like,
area
if he's not talking to us for once,
like,
it might be good. He might be right if he didn't talk to us this time.
Should you even get technical if
he said who am I talking to right now?
I'll tell you this, Boog. If he said this to a referee, I guarantee he doesn't get rescinded.
No, that's fair. But but the point is, I guess my whole issue is, why are you getting a technical for what happens between players? Like, I feel like that's just part of the thing. Like, why is that a technical
also a lot of times
moment?
they just do it too to like stop like the foul play and like don't like spill over into something physical. Like, so they just do it early just to nip it.
Yeah, was this not called a double tech? Was this not called a double tech? It was just Luka.
It was.
That's what I mean. Did GOGAs get rescinded too, or they're like, who cares? He doesn't have any.
He's not on a 10-game winning streak about to play the Pistons. So like, that's not a problem. By the way,
throw that reputation shit out the window.
Okay,
that's not the case.
How about this? I'm gonna put $1 on this.
I told you, I don't know.
Enough with your dollar back.
I can imagine.
Guys, who's with me? The Lakers play the Pacers on Wednesday. Luka gets a technical tonight and misses Wednesday's game. Who's with me, guys? $1. Woo!
How does it start over, or does it roll over?
His next technical is a suspension. Wherever.
And how many more games?
11.
I'll bet that he gets one in the 11.
All right, we got $1 from Chandler. Anybody else?
After this whole thing, he better be on his best behavior.
No, he's not making it.
I think he's so locked in with the level of play he's at right now, with the way this team is playing. I think he's too locked in.
He gets one tonight. I really think he gets one tonight.
He just got one in game 9.
Hey, I'm on his side right now, and I'm hoping for the best. I don't want to see him suspended. I want him to continue to be on this stretch.
But he could be suspended
I'm
against the
loving
Pacers.
what I'm seeing. I want him to
He
stay
just
exactly
showed you
where he is.
anybody could get it at any time. I ain't tripping.
This
He
would
just
be a
told you that.
calculated tech if he
He's
got
out.
it tonight, knowing that they play the
God, I wish I knew who the rest were.
The Pacers next.
No, I'm telling. That's why I have $1 on it. I'm gonna.
Most importantly, who wins this game? We got a ball game tonight.
Well, let's talk about it because they're going to be their 10th straight if the Lakers can pull it off against Detroit in Detroit. We know there's no Cade Cunningham. Do they get it, Lou? Is this a 10th straight win tonight for Los Angeles?
Yeah, I think Lakers are the favorites in this one. You know, Detroit has been doing everything they can since Cade Cunningham has been out of the lineup. And their schedule has been favorable for them. You know, they won a couple, but, you know, it's against a banged-up Warriors team. It's obviously against a Wizards team that's not trying to win right now. And, you know, you have a red-hot Lakers team coming in that needs this game. And so, you know, we've had this conversation all year when it comes to Detroit. They need a secondary guy. Who's going to be the guy to lead them? So far, it's been Jalen Durant. He's been the guy, but who's going to lead after him? And, you know, it's been Tobias Harris one night. It's been some of the other guys on other nights. And I don't just think they don't have enough consistency in their lineup right now to fight the way that the Lakers are playing right now. So I'm giving the Lakers the edge over this one.
I agree. No Isaiah Stewart, no Cade Cunningham. Give me the Lakers red hot. They have no one to slow down Luka. Give me the Lakers. Definitely -2. I like that.
Do you?
I do. I'll put $1 on that.
Everybody's going. Dollars are good. Everybody's going with Lakers.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I'll be
sense.
odd man out. I'll say Detroit because that's what my heart wants. But the 30-point streak also could come or go tonight.
It's crazy. Yeah.
What with the 30-point streak?
A lot on the line tonight.
I know.
Does he get 30? Do they win? Does he get attacked?
It's a very intense game, Boogie. Do you think the 30 streak keeps going?
I mean, this is one of the top defenses in the league, but he's on a heater right now. And this zone that he's playing in, I'm hoping it continues. I want it to continue. But with all that aside, I think it continues. I think he keeps going.
Yeah, I think his usage for this team to go where they're going, he has to have the ball. He's got to be aggressive. I think he shoots 20, 25 shots a game, which leads me to believe he's going to have over 30 points. And he's been doing it for a hot 9, 10 games. Why is he going to stop tonight?
Why is this not a national game tonight? Isn't that kind of crazy? Not that it matters. Just go watch it.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. It's just told in my ear. A very important Warriors-Mavericks game is, so we should be fine, guys. We're going to take a quick break. Sorry, I didn't mean to be sarcastic.
See you against AJ DeBonsa in that game?
Pretty much. Quick break. We'll be back. That's ridiculous.
Run it up, run it back.
Welcome back. Oh, we got some fisticuffs, y'all. A little altercation Saturday. This is between Justin Champagnie, AJ Mitchell. It really starts with Champagnie and Williams, but everything just goes absolutely nuts. This thing moves into the stands. We got a game suspension, both for Mitchell and Champagnie. I kind of like the mush. The mush of the face, Boogie, seems to really be a problem. Well, wait, is Lou saying that? What don't you like, buddy?
Well, it's a free shot without actually throwing a punch. You know
It's kind of a cheat, like a cheat code.
No, y'all. A mush is gonna get you this right here.
Wait, am I gonna smell your cologne again if I mush you?
But a mush is not gonna get. If this was a punch, I think it's a
If
suspension.
you mush me, my cologne will be on your jersey.
That is so nice. I love that from
But
you.
Lou, I think the suspension was lighter because it wasn't a closed hand.
Well, a mush is like calling a bee. Is that the physical equivalent of that?
No,
It's
I
two
think a mush
things you
is
don't
worse
do
than
to a
me.
grown man. You better off punching me. That way we can just square up. But if you mush me or you smack me, you're telling me you don't respect me. So we gotta go ahead and go.
It's true.
So I'm not mad at this response because if you touch me, if you do anything with your open hand to me, we gotta go ahead and go. We gotta go ahead and set the fire alarm off.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
I think getting
Those are the
slapped is worse than punched.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, you know, I think I'd rather be punched than slapped.
Well, do you think they do this instead of an actual punch? Because this will be a much less.
I think it's a less
It's a lesser
suspension or
suspension,
fine,
yeah.
yeah, for sure, because it's not a closed hand.
So it's the closest thing to it.
Look, culturally, guys, listen. Don't touch any grown man with an open hand
Good to know.
of no sort.
Good to
It
know.
will turn into this. At first, it was just some pushing and shoving, right? The minute that they introduced the open hand, look where it went.
I mean, it escalated real quick.
My point is,
0 to 100.
Champagnie can say he didn't throw a punch, so I think
So
the
that he only got
suspension
one
will be
game.
light. Exactly.
They get one
if it was
game
a punch, what's it,
see,
5, 10
Chandler,
games?
you talk about basketball. We talk about life.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
Don't-
suspensions.
So
Yeah,
nobody
don't
here has
touch
ever
no
mushed
bed.
someone else? Is Boogie, have you mushed someone? I like saying it, so I'm gonna keep doing that, but have you mushed?
Boogie, you've definitely mushed.
If I mushed
You're a
anyone,
musher.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. What are you, GOGA? I don't know if I said that or not. Maybe.
I don't think I've done that. But for me, when I saw this seemed like more of an accidental reaction. I didn't really see, a guy trying to escalate a situation. It was more so, he wanted to get his hands off of him. He made a quick reaction, and it just so happened to be the guy's face. So,
That can't be right.
this looks like an accidental, reflex to me. So,
He's mushed.
even with his
great.
movement
You think this is an
afterwards, he wasn't
accident,
wearing-
bud?
Boogie's mushed. Confirmed.
This was more of just like a shut up, like get out of my face type of thing. It wasn't like
because it wasn't even about AJ Mitchell. It was about Jalen Williams.
There wasn't
mind
much
your-
action afterwards after he did it. That's why I said
This
it was
was
more
a
so
mind your
like a
business.
reflex, an accidental reflex. So
Accidental reflex.
I don't think anything about this was accidental, Boog.
Didn't look accidental. By the way, the cameraman takes the brunt of this entire. I mean, there's a cameraman underneath that entire.
That's the guy that should be upset.
Thank you. What does he get out of this?
Nothing.
What? They should do something. They should buy him like a nice bottle of something or whatever. That was out of control a little
That
bit.
ain't how that works. Nah.
No.
Do they count what is mush a push or a punch? Like what is
It's
it?
literally
what
a hybrid.
What category does
Literally
it?
a
That's going to be
hybrid.
the new move, though, is to not get more than one
don't
game.
Add that to your
So
repertoire.
long as it's not a closed fist, you get one game.
Well,
That's
it's
what
not-
I mean.
yeah,
If it
it's a
was
lesser
this,
punishment.
it's 5 games.
But what
This
about a
is
backhand?
one.
No, backhand.
Worse
would
than
be
everything.
That might be
Worse than everything.
That's disrespectful, isn't it?
Well,
I would love for
What about a
somebody
finger to the forehead, Boog? Is that worse than a mush?
Oh, a boop?
Yeah.
Just a little boop?
What if someone booped you on the nose?
What's the word? Let's do it.
I think it's equal. I think that's an equal thing. Like
A
I
boop
mean, if
and a
you
mush?
look
A
at it,
mush?
that's pretty much the same. Like
A boop.
A boop and a mush.
And a boop on the nose is worse than a
That's
boop
the
on
most
the
disrespectful
forehead.
thing you can do to a
Anything that
person.
doesn't look like this, we're going all the way.
Wow, so Lou literally wants the worst one. That's
Lou would
the
rather
one
be
that's-
punched in the face than booped.
I don't know how to
I think
analyze that.
I would prefer to be punched than mushed or touched in the face. Yeah, just punch me.
Well, Chandler, you might as well
That
answer
tells
it
me
too.
if you punch me, that tells me you respect me as a man. Put your dukes up. But if you
Exactly.
smack
Man,
me,
men are weird. Y'all are
yeah,
weird
if you
people.
smack me, you telling me you don't respect
It's
me.
a
I'm
man
not-
Chandler,
thing, B.
it must
It's
be a man thing because y'all are
It's,
saying
no,
I'd
it's
rather be.
100% a man thing. Yes,
The
it's a man
backhand is
thing.
rude, but
I would not
Chandler's
want
thinking about it. By
Well,
the way.
I'm just
What type
thinking.
of people have?
I'm just thinking optics-wise. I don't want to be punched. That's going to hurt more.
Okay,
than
so what do
getting
you want?
booped. Backhand, I think, is the worst.
Okay, well, backhand is-
Backhand's like I'm just like you're like a little.
You're like a fly.
A gnat. Yeah, that's disrespectful.
I mean, so is a mush. Like,
I love
If
this.
someone booped me on the nose in an argument, I'd probably laugh.
Really?
If someone got and booped me,
I feel like Chandler doesn't get as worked up for some reason. Why aren't you madder about this? Like a punch in the face is pretty rough, but I think
Well, I
the
think a
others
punch-
are
I think
they're
a-
more disrespectful.
correct. I think that's fair to say. I think, but a punch, I think that's what I mean. A punch is worse. A punch, the punishment will be.
I love this
worse.
so much. I love the mushes and the boops. Everything about this.
Yeah, we having different opinions on this one. I ain't rolling.
Damn, I learned a lot.
Have we ever seen a
You better
boop?
not-
Lou, do you
Yeah,
even
go
wear
ahead.
cologne now that I'm thinking about it? I've never smelled you like that. Boogie, I know, smells good all the time.
We work together at
That's weird.
6 in the morning. You know.
So you don't put cologne on in the morning? That's rude, by the way, to us. You
I
don't
go
care about
straight-
us.
I go straight to the gym when I leave you, Beadle. I don't
disrespect.
give you the cologne. But catch me at noon.
You know what, dude?
That's me after hours.
Our friendship changes daily. We're going to take a quick break. More run it back on the other side.
Run it back, run it up, then run it back, run it up, run it back.
Full breaks about the boop. On Friday, Bucks co-owner Wes Edens basically gave an ultimatum to Giannis, saying Giannis is going into the last year of his contract, so one of two things will happen. Either he will be extended or
Well, you
he'll be
cut it
traded.
out with that
Thanks,
voice.
Tips. That's kind of how it works. I'm so
Right.
over this.
Hot take.
I'm so over this already, Chandler.
If you're over it now, just wait till this summer.
I was over it 2 years ago when I told you guys he was going to be a New York Knick, but that's fine. An ultimatum from ownership, however, seems highly contentious. You like this?
Well, No, and also it's not like it's a hot take. This is not an ultimatum. This is exactly how it works. This is how it's worked for years.
Right.
It's how it's going to continue to work. You want to trade him before to get something back. That's obvious, especially a player of his magnitude. So this isn't even news to me. This isn't even a hot take. This is just, I think he's
It's like water is wet.
It's just he's fed up. He finally had his chance to say something. He's frustrated. He's over it. Just like, this whole franchise probably is. Their season is washed. They're not good. Their future is not very bright with the assets that they have. So what can we possibly get back the most for Giannis? And now it's so obvious that he wants out that I don't want to say his value is low, but it's lower than it possibly should be, being the player of his stature. So I think it's going to get a little worse than it is now. I think we're going to be more exhausted talking about it because it's obviously not going to happen anytime soon. We got to finish the season. We got to get into free agency and this summer. But I just think this is just frustration and just to comment like, look, this is what we're going to do. And then that's that. But like, that's obvious. That's what you do.
Duh.
So this isn't like a hot take to me.
Not at all, Boogie.
I think complete opposite. I think this is the best move for the organization as far as, upping the stakes. Towards the end of the season, guys will know what their season ended like, what we need to improve on, what we need to change on. So I think it's actually a pretty bright move. Now, his statement means nothing. Like you said, it's just letting us know water is wet. But as far as, upping the sweepstakes for Giannis in the offseason, I mean, you think about the teams like New York, what they'll look like if their season ends early, or Houston if their season ends early. The Lakers, are they keeping LeBron, are they not? And the list goes on. So I do think a team like Miami. So I do think it'll be teams lined up to make those type of moves. The Warriors come to mind as well. So I do think it'll be teams lined up to try to make that move to better their situation. And I think it becomes a bidding war. And I think they end up getting the best value for Giannis at that point compared to trying to do it mid-season. So it's been a report that, during the season, the Warriors offered 4 picks. So you can only imagine what would be offered when the offseason is in place.
True.
So, I look at it differently. I think they get their best value in the offseason. And, I'm actually ready for this story to be over as well because it's draining. It's
I think it'll be more teams that will be able to make a bid that, like you said, that might get eliminated a little earlier than they had planned.
Like, think about it right now, there'd be the Knicks versus the Hawks. Both of those teams have assets that if I'm Milwaukee, that I would think about throwing a huge package to try and get a Giannis this summer if I'm either of those teams. My season ends short, especially if I'm New York. That's been, the favorite for years now to acquire him. That would make more sense. If Atlanta pulls off that upset and then, like, the Knicks can't possibly run the same team back.
Don't even
so, like,
say that.
Obviously, those are 2 teams to me that I think. And then you look on the other side with Kuminga and I don't know, Johnson's obviously not going to be in those, but Dyson Daniels, Ricochet, like, they also have pieces that they could kind of start building something in Milwaukee. So that series to me, I think, is going to be really impactful on the Giannis sweepstakes.
Wow, Lou, Giannis in Atlanta. How we feeling that?
I don't think it happens. Genuinely, I think the Hawks enjoy what they have. They enjoy that the young pieces are coming together. Obviously you answer the phone call when you got an opportunity to go get Giannis, but if it means that they're going to move some of these guys that they've invested in that feel like they can move them forward for the long run, I'm not sure that conversation goes far, but I'm in agreement with Chandler. If these are the teams that have the assets, you got to at least have the conversation when it comes down to Giannis. But I don't know if Atlanta budges right now.
But New York especially, like, think about that. If they happen to lose early, like, they can't do that again. Like, you got to imagine Cat would be gone, and then with a mixture of OG or Bridges, basically everybody besides Brunson.
Yeah.
Weird. That would be weird.
Two completely different scenarios. But like I said, when it comes to Atlanta, you got to answer the phone, right? Like, you got to
Everybody's got to
least
answer it.
Yeah, you got to at least hear them out. But the vibe in the city right now and the Hawks organization and everything, I think they are really happy with the way that Nickeil Alexander has been playing. I think they love where Jalen Johnson is going. Kuminga's a big add. C.J. McCollum has found his way. Daniels, all of these guys, they feel moving forward can help them win basketball games and put them in a better position from the start of the season and not getting these guys in trade talks and being in the play-in position. I think they want to see where that would go. But, I don't have the answers. That's just me guessing, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens.
We said this a long time ago. He wanted to be the good guy in the breakup, and here we go. He's not going to be. So the legacy's going to change a little bit in Milwaukee for him. It's weird. We got to take a quick break. More Run It Back on the other side.
Run it up, then run it back.
Little NCAA tournament talk.
Oh,
by the way,
we
Chandler,
have to.
yeah, well, your team blew it. But anywho, yesterday, Kentucky Iowa State matchup. Iowa State with a big win, second half.
Yeah, let's talk about that game.
We are. We're going to go to Boogie first.
What are we doing?
We're doing some Kentucky hoops. You know, reviewing now, I guess is what it would be. Boogie, how do you feel about it?
I want to get that look on his face right there. Some old buddy old pal right here.
Why would you guys bring this up?
Because it's basketball and we're a basketball show.
Shout out to Owe. I think he played really, really well for Kentucky. We're in a weird spot right now. Figuring out how to move forward with this. With this team and things like that.
So sad.
I think this is.
Bro,
God.
Boogie, what's going on, man? You're real sad right now.
I am. I just hate to see the state. Look at Lou. Lou killing me right now. I just hate the state that we're in as far as where Kentucky basketball is right now. Obviously, this is a prestigious school and things of that nature, but I think we gotta figure out the right moves moving forward as far as what's best for the school. Figuring out what's good as far as an influence, and just understanding the state of modern day basketball right now. I got a lot of respect for the history of Kentucky basketball, but the history of Kentucky basketball isn't what's getting the top talent. And top talent is what wins basketball games in college basketball. So we got to find that balance right now. We gotta get comfortable with where modern day baskarball is in today's time. And, that's our issue right now. So
did you see the Tyrese Halliburton tweet? I'm wondering if you...
that was...
I want to text the guys who played. Talk about this game.
He definitely ruffled some feathers with that.
It's a good tweet, though, no? It's a good troll.
He ruffled some feathers with that one. So I'm going to stay out of that one. Obviously, I'll go out on a limb and say I have the ultimate respect and love for Cal. And that'll never change no matter where he is. And as far as where my heart is, it's in Kentucky. My experience there was nothing short of amazing. I went from a boy to a young man in that place, and they showed me nothing but genuine love. So, I always had love for that place. So, I'll leave it at that.
Arkansas alum. How do you feel about that? That's
Say that again?
Huh? Arkansas alum. Do you feel that way?
Hold on. Let's save some time. Who else played yesterday?
Oh, you love it, Lou, don't you?
It's a great point. You know what? Scratch the rundown. Chandler.
I'll just never understand why we're up 2 and
I do love the results of that game, though.
And we full court press up 2, let the ball get behind us and give up a wide open 3.
I appreciate it because I was preaching this to my girls yesterday, and I used that exact clip and I sent it to my girls, and I said, "This is why we don't pressure the ball full court in these positions and let the ball get behind us. It will beat us."
I get it.
Thank you for the coaching clip.
Don't let them roll the ball in. Don't let time get up a little bit, but you can't let the ball get behind you.
I agree with that.
And then come to the ball and leave a wide open, the easiest 3 in the game to corner 3. It was just.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but we played like shit. We didn't deserve to win the game. We played awful. They beat us, which they should never have.
He's gonna cry in the car.
But I'm just like, to end like that, to come back all the way down. We got dominated the whole game. To come back and to end like that just sucked. It was just not smart.
Lou and I feel great. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you're having and you're both wearing black shirt. Like, this feels like a mourning period.
We'll get them next year, Boog.
I do want to say this. We got to stop listening to Matt Jones when it comes to Kentucky basketball.